One major topic to talk about with your new American friends is the sport of football. That's the topic for today on the Social English Podcast. Hikari, kick it off.
皆さんこんにちは。毎日少しずつ社交に使える英語の上達を目指すソーシャルイングリッシュポッドキャストへようこそ。今日はぜひもっと自信を持って英会話してみましょう。 Are you ready, Percy? Let's go!
Yes, thank you, Hikari, for that awesome intro as usual. And I would like to thank everyone today for joining us here on the Social English Podcast for Japanese learners. Now, if this is your first time to the podcast, once again, welcome. I'm glad you are able to find us. You will find some amazing content here and on our website. If you are a returning listener, thanks again for coming back. And I'm so happy to create more content for you as always. Today's topic, again, is we're going to talk about the number one sport in America. It is called football. This is often called American football in Japan, but in America, it's just called football. Why is it a good topic for conversation for you medium or intermediate to advanced learners of English? Because you will always have a topic that people will want to talk to you about. And everyone has an opinion about the sport of football. So, before we start, like every single episode, I want you to think about and picture you and me just sitting at a cafe, having a cup of coffee. And you invited me there. I'm your friend Percy, and you want to talk to me about English and how you can improve your English. Listen to the sounds around you. Listen to our drinks being made and the coffee pouring into our cups. Maybe you are eating a donut or a snack. Maybe I am eating a chocolate croissant. But today, I want to help you with your conversational English. So that's what we are going to do. The topic is how to talk about the social event and activity of football. So today, let's focus on football. Not soccer, but football. If you plan on visiting the United States for a trip, you want to have fun, or you will study at a university in America, you need to know how to talk about this sport. let's talk about the social reasons why you need to know how to talk about football. When you go to get food at a restaurant, football games are usually on the TVs being played. They're also at stores and shops. So when you're out at the restaurant having lunch with a friend, your American friend will ask you an opinion about the game. You will also meet new people at the restaurant who are talking about the game. If you want to think about you going to a friend's home, you can also be invited for a visit. During the visit in American homes, many times football games will be watched together, casually, in a socially accepted, positive meeting or group space. Also, such as a wine bar, a sports bar, or a regular bar. If you want to understand a little bit about the game, you should. I suggest you should try to watch a little bit about football or read a little bit about it online so you understand the basics. If you understand a little bit, like number one, it is the most watched sport in America, and you will often hear people talking about it. It gives you the opportunity to talk about it in a social setting. Here is a question you may be asked. If you are sitting at a friend's house watching a football game, they may ask, "Hey, did you see that?" If you are at a bar and the football game is on, someone that you don't know may try to start a conversation with you. This is normal in American culture because American people, generally speaking, are friendly and like to talk. Now, they may ask you, are you a fan of this team? You can now respond because you are already prepared. If you are studying abroad and going to a college with a football team, you should definitely learn about your football team, because you will get asked about it. You will be asked questions like, do you have football in Japan? Are you a fan of our team? Do you like our football team? Have you been to a football game? And other questions like this. So be prepared. By listening to this podcast is helping you in that way. You should understand the basics about football, such as how the game is played, what a touchdown is, what a field goal is, and scoring, and so on. For the basics, football has two teams. The teams are opposing each other. When there are plays, one team is on defense and one team is on offense. And another basic is points are usually scored by what's called a touchdown, where the team gets 6 points, and a field goal where the team gets 3 points. However, if a team made a touchdown and made 6 points, they can kick a field goal for 1 extra point or try for a 2-point play where they can get an extra 2 points. I recommend you go to YouTube and watch some videos so that you can see just the basics. One more note. I understand, and I am not telling you you must like football. I am saying that football is a large part of social interactions in America, and it is a safe topic to talk about with people that you know, and also with people that you do not know. The reason is because football is the number one largest sport in America, which makes it easy as a topic to fall back on. This is why people that you don't even know will ask you your opinions about the sport. Okay? Well, that's going to do it for today's episode of the Social English Podcast. Please go to our website if you need any more help about the podcast, because you will find our podcast there with English and Japanese explanations. Thank you for spending time with me today. I know you learned something valuable from today's episode. This episode is for you intermediate to upper level or advanced Japanese learners of English and English students. This is also a reason why I want you to pay attention to this episode, because it will help you in social situations. Please come visit us at realsocialenglish.com socialenglish.com, where you can get my free download for you, the 7 mistakes most Japanese learners of English make and how to fix them. You will also find more resources to help you get better at English every single day. Subscribe to our podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and now we're on Pandora. Become a patron. Help the show by donating $5 US minimum to help out the show, where you will get extra thanks from me for doing that. We will show you our gratitude by me personally thanking you on a future episode of the show. You will also get new content that is only available at our Patreon page. Join us there at patreon.com/social English. Share our podcast on your social media or SMS with your friends, and follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. See you next time. Hikari, you know what to do. Take it away.
今日は楽しい時間をありがとうございました。ぜひ私たちのウェブサイトrealsocialenglish.com を訪問して、日本語訳と役立つ情報を手に入れてください。また次回お会いしましょう。バイバイ。See you next time. Bye bye.